Hello and welcome back to Gas Buteo Tabletop Football, and in particular our series on pitchside scenery build that I've been working my way through. If you remember from the last video, I was merrily drilling holes into what I'd done, and with the idea of gluing trees into there. As you can see, I have completed the tree gluing, and that works all the way down, which I will show you in a minute. You'll also notice on there that I've also glued in some of the shrubbery, bushes, call them what you will here. That less impressed with the way they look, to be honest, than with the grass, but they're all right. I'm thinking I need something to break up this dark green, so I might invest a couple of quid in a few different trees. I have a bit of a mixed forest on the mountainside there, make it look a bit more realistic rather than just all one colour. But I mean, it's looking all right. The rocks look all right. The stones in the riverbed, which I'll show you in a minute, they've dried nicely. Few things to think about if you're doing this for a piece of Buteo scenery. Let me just move the camera there. This area here. Now, in the last video, I was stood over this, merrily drilling holes all over the place, being a bit trigger happy with the drill. And when I'd done that and I started gluing them in, I very quickly realised that I had about 30 of these trees in the little bag that I bought off eBay. And I drilled about 50 holes. So, too many holes, not enough trees. And then I started moving around thinking, I better spread them out. But I also realised that if I move the camera, excuse the camera moving a minute, that I realised this is a Buteo pitch, and so we could do without a load of trees being in front of the goal where we're playing. We need to be able to get in. So I did take those trees out and spread them around to other areas. Here they are, looking through the trees at Gas Buteo Stadium. And I've left effectively a playing gap here. So, if you're ever playing on this side, you can get to the goalkeeper without running into trees in your wrist all the time. all the time. So that's what we did there. And yeah, it's coming along now. So let's have a quick look along it. Try and keep the camera as steady as I can, he says as he wobbles. Like this bit up here, where it took ages to dry all this, but it looks quite good, looks quite realistic, doesn't it? So all we got left is now to do the water, basically. Now, we did have a suggestion on the group on how to do water. That is using varnish and then blowing it as it dries, so you get a ripple effect on there. Now, I already had in mind something for the water, which we will do in the final episode of this series. So I think we're on episode 9 now. So episode 10 of the pitchside scenery is where I'm actually going to pour my water in. Now, I'll tell you what that is while you're here. Just got to walk over to the other side. Something that I've used before a number of times, not for scenery but for other stuff. Let's move that goal out of the way, and the goalkeeper. That's right, resin. Now, I've done a few things with resin. Never done a river with resin, but this is something I really want to have a go of. So I'm going to mix up, next time I'm going to mix up some of this resin, obviously put the hardener in, and then we're going to pour it in and really see what it does. I mean, I have seen people use resin for rivers and streams I think I saw him on TikTok, some kiddie that was like one of these wargamer people. He made wargame scenery and he did it on there. It looked really interesting how it came up. So I'm going to give that a go. Now, he wasn't doing it on a hillside, so it's all a bit of an experiment. But it's going to be fun when we do it. So that's going to be the content for episode 10. I'll mask off the edges and then we'll pour down all the way from the top a bit of resin. We might have to do it in 2 sittings, but we'll see how we get on. Because resin has to go off. It also has to be the right temperature resin, but we can have a chat about that in the next video. Anyway, that is that. Did I mention that I'd stuck the bushes down? Yeah, so I didn't feel that warranted a video. It's basically PVA glue and bushes. So next time, by the next video, I think what we'll do is I will try and acquire some new trees to put in, just to mix it up. And then we'll do the river, so that'll be a good laugh. Anyway, until next time, up the gas.